Archfiends versus Sylvans. The Sylvan player is going to play first while I'm playing Archfiends for the next couple of episodes. My opponent starts off by playing Terraforming into a chicken game, which is going to allow him to pay 1000 life points in order to draw an extra card. He then swaps out chicken game for Mount Sylvania, and Mount Sylvania allows him to discard one Sylvan card from his deck, from his hand to his graveyard in order to put another one on top of his deck. He then can use effects like Flower Knight in order to excavate that card and then special summon other monsters from his deck, such as Glow Up Bulb. All of this allows him to make first turn moves such as summoning the Yugioh Beast, a monster which is really good in this format because it negates spell cards. To respond to my opponent, I start off by playing Armageddon Knight, which allows me to send Archfiend Ares to the graveyard. Archfiend Ares then allows me to search out one other Archfiend card from my deck to my hand, and then I set down 2 traps on the field to try and hold off my opponent this next turn. In my opponent's turn, he's going to be doing some more special summoning, as first he plays Mount Sylvania, discarding one card, putting another one on top of his deck, and then he's going to use Sylvan Princess Sprout, summon that card, and then use its effect to excavate the top card of my deck, which then allows it to do a variety of effects, which, long story short, is going to allow them to special summon another monster from their graveyard. Then they can excavate more cards on the top of their deck, 2 more cards, and when those cards are sent to the graveyard, they are going to be able to special summon more monsters, such as one of their biggest monsters, Sylvania Sage something. All of this is a really good way of recycling a lot of monsters, and at this point here I think I'm going to have to play Bottomless Trap Hole to get rid of that big monster there. However, they still got quite a few threats on the field, and now they're going to attack me using the Yugioh Beast, and that's going to get rid of my Armageddon Knight. Fortunately for me, however, my opponent decides to use all of his monsters to summon Ancient Fairy Dragon, which is going to allow him to destroy one field spell card on the field, gain 1000 life points, and then add another one to his hand, which is going to be Mount Sylvania, and then he's not going to have to send another card from the top of his deck at the end of my turn. In my own turn, now that I can play spell cards, I'm going to play Allure of Darkness, which is going to allow me to draw 2 cards and then banish 1 dark monster. Then I'm going to play Archfiend's Roar to recycle Archfiend Ares. With Archfiend Ares on the field, now I'm going to play Archfiend Emperor, banish Archfiend Roar from my graveyard, get rid of his Ancient Fairy Dragon, then special summon Archfiend Commander and destroy Archfiend Ares, whose effect will trigger and allow me to add 1 Archfiend Labyrinth from my deck to my hand. Sorry if the names are wrong in DevPro, I don't know why they are, but it is what it is. Then I bring out Archfiend Giant by using Archfiend Labyrinth's effect, by getting rid of Genesis and bringing out that bigger monster. Unfortunately, I can't attack with Archfiend Commander on this turn, so I have to end my turn, and my opponent is now going to go to his turn and sending the top card of his deck to the graveyard. He draws 1 card, not really in a good position for him here. I think he's kind of overplayed a bit too much, so he sets down 1 card on the field, and now it's over to my turn here. I draw into Mathematician, which is the best card in my hand to play right now, so I played that, sending that back at another copy of Archfiend Ares, which is going to allow me to add another copy of Archfiend Roar from my deck to my hand. Now that it's my battle phase, I'm going to attack his face down card, and then attack with all of his monsters, all of my monsters I should say, and do some damage there, and then use Archfiend's Roar to summon a different monster and go for the game there. Card of the day is Archfiend Ares, a very versatile card and a linchpin in the Archfiend archetype. The effect is, if this card is sent to the graveyard because of a card effect or being destroyed by battle, you could add 1 Archfiend card from your deck to your hand, except Archfiend Ares. You can only use the effect of Archfiend Ares once per turn. This effect is absolutely fantastic, and it combos with many different cards and can be activated quite easily. I personally prefer to use cards such as Mathematician, Foolish Burial, Dark Armageddon Knight, and or even use rank summons such as Wind Up Zen Mains or Fortune Tune to send it to the graveyard through their own effects. Once you've got hers triggered, you can search out for a different variety of cards. You can search out big beat sticks like Archfiend Giant and Archfiend Commander, or you can search out monster removal in the form of Archfiend Emperor and Archfiend Eccentric, who also happens to be a form of spell or trap removal. If you're not sure what to search out at a time, search out a card like Archfiend Roar, which is always a consistent special summoning card, which you can then use to bring her back and search out more cards. Archfiend Ares is a fantastic card and is a staple in my mind for any Archfiend deck, and yeah, check it out in the rest of the video. Archfiends versus Insects, let's see how this game or matchup works. It's going to be the inset player's turn first, so I'm going to swap sides of the field, and there we go. And now it's off to them. Let's see what they're going to do for their first turn. Now, although you can see the cards here, of course, naturally, when you're playing the actual game, you can't see my opponent's cards, but this is just a feature of DevPro's replay system. So they set one card down on the field in defense position, and now it's over to my turn where I play Foolish Burial first, sending ARCHFIEND Ares to the graveyard to add a ARCHFIEND card from my deck to my hand. I then make a mistake and play Armageddon Knight and send another copy of ARCHFIEND Ares, and why this is a mistake is because ARCHFIEND Ares can only be used once per turn, something which I didn't realize at the time or didn't pay attention to. I use Armageddon Knight and he runs into Needleworm, then I set down 2 more trap cards from my hand onto the field and pass over to my opponent for his turn here. Seeing Needleworm is a bit worrying. Needleworm is a very old school card, and it's really good at milling and getting rid of your opponent's cards in their deck, which could be a problem for me, someone like myself. Anyway, at the end of my opponent's turn, I use ARCHFIEND's Roar to bring back Trick ARCHFIEND or ARCHFIEND Ares, which then gets destroyed by ARCHFIEND Roar's effect, allowing me to search out one ARCHFIEND card, and then I get to use Supply Squad, which also gets me draw 1 card. In my own turn, I play a copy of Terraforming, get ARCHFIEND Palabyrinth out, then use Genesis ARCHFIEND or ARCHFIEND Emperor to destroy my opponent's monster, then play ARCHFIEND Labyrinth. Now I'm going to attack with both my monsters, and I'm going to attack directly for 3,400 damage. Now unfortunately I don't have any more level 8 monsters, so I can't use Palabyrinth to say get another copy of ARCHFIEND Emperor from my deck. Maybe I'll make that change later on. With ARCHFIEND Emperor being normal summon, that way he gets destroyed, and so Supply Squad activates and I get to draw 1 more card. It's a really good card to create a good engine in this deck. My opponent plays Insect Neglect before ending his turn, which means I can't actually attack him anymore because he gets to send cards from his deck to the graveyard in order to negate my attacks. So I need a way to get rid of that card and also his monster, so I play the Monarch Stormforth, summon ARCHFIEND Commander, who when tribute summoned allows me to special summon 1 level 6 ARCHFIEND card from my graveyard, which is going to be ARCHFIEND Giant. Then I play Twin Twister and get rid of his card on the field, so I can attack directly with ARCHFIEND Commander for 3,000 attack. Then I set down 2 cards on the field. It's a shame that ARCHFIEND Giant is summoned in defense position because I can't really use him for this turn, although I could add some rank 6 monsters in order to make a rank 6 play there, so I might have to do that later on as well. My opponent plays Multiplication of Ants, which allows him to summon 2 ant tokens. We're effectively just going to be able to stall for this turn here. Fortunately for me, however, I'm going to be able to get more monsters than he has on the field, so I'm going to attack his tokens with Giant and Commander. Then I'm going to play ARCHFIEND Roar to special summon another one from my graveyard and call it for game there by bringing back ARCHFIEND Emperor and attacking for 3,500 damage. So that's the game there for you guys, and hopefully you've enjoyed this episode. Thank you for checking out my new series on Yugioh DevPro. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode, and if you have any feedback, please feel free to leave a comment or a like down below in this comment section of the video. If you guys want to get in touch with me, I am available on all the usual channels, Twitter, YouTube, and PlayStation 4. And if you want to play me on DevPro sometime, my account is SeanArnold. And yeah, let's feel free to play a game sometime. Thank you for tuning into this new series, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. Take care.